Hello everyone, I'm Bokshelin from TSLB1094. This video is for my TSLB1094 Contemporary Social Studies assignment, which is Task 3 Product Digital Project. My topic is about misinformation spread via social media on climate change in diverse cultural contexts. For this video, all information is drawn from the provided articles, focusing on key insights from Marsha Mike, Clark, Esain, and Tomasi, as well as all the co-authors. Now, let's jump right in. Imagine a world where a single viral post can drown out decades of scientific consensus, where a meme from halfway around the globe sows doubt about the very crisis threatening our planet. This is the reality of misinformation on social media about the topic of climate change. It is a silent storm that's dividing us, delaying action, and endangering lives across diverse cultures. From South Africa's communities grappling with droughts to American debates fueled by denial, and from European policy battles to Asian youth movements. False information spreads like wildfire through platforms designed for engagement and not accuracy. As Marsha Mike notes, misinformation has polarized the public on whether humans drive global warming, often amplified by social and traditional media. In this digital campaign, we will explore how fake news erodes trust in science, stalls adaptation and mitigation efforts, and hits hardest in vulnerable regions. But there's hope. By understanding the problem of the issue, we can reclaim the truth. Welcome to Truth Over Lies. And let's uncover the facts and fight back together. Social media has revolutionized communication, but it's also become a breeding ground for misinformation on climate change. The problem? Algorithms prioritize engagement over accuracy, amplifying false claims that sow doubt and division among people. As one meta-synthesis on epistemic welfare explains disinformation or deliberate falsehoods is strategically deployed on platforms such as X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as platforms like YouTube, eroding public trust in science and fueling polarization. Now, let's evaluate the core problems. First, the rapid spread. Studies show that on X, low credibility content about climate denial gets amplified by bots and coordinated networks, reaching millions in hours. For example, in the United States, conservative media's cartographic silence, which is omitting climate data in maps, reinforces denial. Other than that, in diverse contexts like South Africa, misinformation via text messages and social posts confuses communities on adaptation strategies, leading to inaction. To provide more examples, during the 2019 to 2020 Australia bushfires, bots actually flooded social media with climate denial, blaming arson instead of warming trends. Besides, in Europe, far-right groups use platforms like TikTok to frame climate policies as elitist, exploiting cultural fears. The implications are extremely severe. This can lead to epistemic harm, where people can't access reliable knowledge, as detailed in a science analysis. As you can see, data from 38 studies show that 91% focus on inoculation against misinformation. But cognitive complexity, which is deeper thinking, is actually understudied, leaving huge gaps in how we combat viral lies on the internet. As a science stated, this unequal distribution shows a really significant research gap in how climate change disinformation is conceptualized, studied, and addressed across diverse social, political, and media ecosystems. While in North America, surveys reveal that partisan filters make corrections ineffective for strong deniers. Globally, in the post-truth era, where emotions trumped facts, it actually worsens this. For example, the right-wing populists in the United States and Europe weaponize disinformation to delay policies. As Thomas's review clusters show, social media is the top vector involved in circulating false or misleading information about climate change as well as sustainability. With X, which is known as Twitter, leading in rapid diffusion. This not only polarizes debates but stalls international cooperation. Like in Asia, where youth face conflicting narratives on sustainability. The graphic also highlights the dominant influence of rapid sharing networks, while also revealing critical gaps in the literature regarding certain visually oriented platforms. For example, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook, that may shape user perceptions of environmental topics that's happening all around the world. Communication failures don't just confuse, they harm the environment. Misinformation on social media directly links to delayed responses to climate crises, exacerbating impacts in diverse cultural contexts. As Mashamate's review from South Africa highlights, fake news divides the public on human-driven warnings, which can stall adaptations like flood defenses and mitigation like renewable shifts. In the post-truth era, this epistemic welfare erosion, where reliable knowledge is undermined, really hits hardest in vulnerable regions. It is without a shadow of a doubt that the problems are very clear, which are organized denial, often funded by fossil industries, spread via social media. As a science meta-synthesis reveals. Other than that, the examples include United States-based campaigns, which claimed that climate change is natural, amplified globally, or African contexts where misinformation confuses local farmers on drought responses. Besides that, in Europe, denial narratives can frame green policies as economic threats, And lastly, in Asia, cultural skepticism on Western science actually lets false claims flourish even more. The implications are very dire. Delayed actions can lead to more disasters, as Clark's thesis on the shifting beliefs notes. As you can see, data analysis from 85 studies in Thomas's review shows a Western bias, which is 91% of research on North America and Europe actually ignore global South context, where the impacts are very severe, but the resources are low. Besides, Essay's table of 38 studies underscores ideological polarization, with right-wing populists using social media to deny science, leading to epistemic harm like reduced resilience. As to link to communication, this creates a cycle, which are false posts or fake news erode trust. Then it will cause the policies to lag, which in turn make the environment suffer even more. In summary, misinformation on social media about climate change divides cultures, erodes trust, and even delay vital actions. From South Africa's adaptation struggles to global policy stalls, communication issues like algorithmic amplification fuel denial, while environmental impacts hit diverse regions unevenly, as seen in epistemic harm and research gaps. But we can fight back, and the change starts with us. The solution to misinformation isn't silence. It is smarter communication, stronger education, and shared responsibility. There are 4 ways that we can reduce this issue. Now, let's start with the first step, which is empowering minds through digital literacy. The first and most powerful weapon is knowledge. Digital literacy must become a global priority. For example, schools, communities, and media outlets can help teach people on how to evaluate online content, how to question a headline, verify a source, and recognize algorithmic bias. According to Clark, when citizens understand how digital systems shape what they see, they become more resistant to manipulation. In practice, this means introducing media literacy programs in schools, public workshops, and even on social platforms. Imagine if every user could spot a fake post before it spreads. This way, billions of lies could be stopped in just seconds. Secondly, we have inoculation campaigns, fighting lies with truth before they spread. Assain calls this the vaccine of the mind. Just as vaccines protect our bodies, inoculation protects our beliefs. By exposing people to weakened examples of misinformation and explaining the manipulation behind them, we can build resistance before they encounter real falsehoods. Other than that, global NGOs and educators can create short YouTube videos or even TikTok reels and interactive quizzes to pre-bunk climate myths before they actually go viral. This proactive approach empowers people to anticipate misinformation rather than simply reacting to it. Thirdly, we have platform accountability and algorithmic transparency. For example, online platforms have a moral obligation to tell the truth. The algorithms that decide what we see must also protect what is real. For instance, platforms like X, Facebook, and YouTube should integrate real-time fact-checking labels, content origin tracking, as well as user transparency reports. Tomasi and other co-authors emphasize that misinformation thrives when companies prioritize engagement over accuracy. By demanding algorithmic transparency, society can balance freedom of speech with ethical responsibility. Last but not least, culturally tailored messaging and global collaboration. One message doesn't fit all. Mashamate reminds us that each culture interprets environmental messages differently. That means climate communication should speak in local voices. For instance, in Africa, campaigns can focus on how misinformation affects farming livelihoods. Or in Asia, contents can highlight community-based resilience and traditional ecological wisdom. In Europe and America, it can address political polarization and economic misinformation. When truth speaks every language, it becomes unstoppable. This campaign aligns deeply with the big idea that lifelong learning shapes teachers' passions in achieving quality education. In the face of climate misinformation, teachers who are at the forefront of shaping young minds can embrace ongoing professional development to turn challenges into opportunities. For instance, through resources like UNESCO's free online course on tackling climate disinformation via media and information literacy, educators can build skills in critical thinking and fact-checking, reigniting their passion for innovative teaching. Similarly, webinars such as National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA's) turning misinformation into educational opportunities can empower science teachers to address denialism head-on, fostering socio-emotional learning and social justice in classrooms, as highlighted in comprehensive reviews on climate education. By committing to lifelong learning, whether through practical strategies like the National Center for Science Education's lessons on combating misinformation or integrating climate discussions into any subjects, teachers not only encounter falsehoods but also inspire students to become informed global citizens. This continuous growth fuels their dedication, transforming quality education into a powerful tool against environmental crises. Remember, in this fight, knowledge is power, and lifelong learning keeps that fire burning brightly. That's all from me. Thank you.
The world is changing, our voices collide, but truth will stand through the tide. From every culture, every sky, together we rise. Truth over lies. Truth over lies. Let the world unite. Hope will turn the dark to light. Through every heart, the message flies. Change begins with us, one truth at a time.